Hi, this is going to be a tips and tricks in under 5. So almost everything that I deal with and have ever dealt with in my business is low voltage electrical. Low voltage electrical is anything that's under 70 volts, and it usually entails using small light gauge wire like this. This is our 22 gauge stranded wire. It's sort of general purpose hookup wire. If you're working on an intercom system or a telephone system or a security system or a doorbell system or whatever it is that's low voltage, you need some kind of proper connectors to connect wires like this together. What you see a lot of times are guys using these. These are little small blue wire nuts. These are next to the smallest size plastic wire nuts you can buy. There are tiny gray ones that are smaller than this. I don't have any of those because I don't use those. I don't like these because if you have two small wires like this and you try to put the wire nut on it, it just spins and spins and spins and spins. It doesn't bite into the wire because the wires are too small, and it doesn't lock on well. So it's not a good choice. You see electricians use these a lot because generally they just have them. What you should be using are these. These are B-wire connectors, also known in the business as bean connectors, because they look like little beans, I guess. And these are small little crimp connectors. They have an outer plastic covering, the white part, and inside is a metal sleeve. And inside the metal sleeve, which you can't see in the video, but in real life, if you look down inside there, there's a series of little tiny teeth. And the teeth help bite into the wires and make them stay on. And these are sort of the go-to thing to use in the world of low voltage electrical work. You can buy a bag of these. This bag right here is 100. And you can buy these exactly like this on Amazon. And it'll cost you about 11 bucks for 100. And even if you only need 10 for whatever it is you're working on, having extras is always a good thing, because come on, it's 11 bucks. The way these work are very simple. You take your low voltage wires like this. There's no need to necessarily twist them together because that's what the little teeth are for. You simply take the bean connector and you slip it over the bare ends of the wires. Yes, you do have to strip the wires. You're not supposed to slide it down over the insulation, the green part, and hope that the teeth bite through. You should always strip them off. You can either crimp them with a pair of pliers like this, or the way I'm used to doing it, because I'm old school, is I always have wire cutters in my tool belt, and you simply make a few squeezes on the plastic cover like that. It crimps the metal sleeve inside, and now this will not come off. A practical application for it will be this door chime. This is a door chime that a customer sent in to me to be serviced, and one of the things I had to do were add these 3 pigtail wires to the base here, because the screws that hold them in place are stripped out. They won't tighten down, so the wires won't stay tight. So I made up this little wiring harness. The ends of the wires on the circuit board are soldered on, and then put the screws back in for added strength, even though they're not super tight. And when she gets this back, she'll have to splice onto these the wires that come out of the wall in her house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her some bean connectors like these, and what she'll do is she'll take the wires that stick out of the wall, we'll pretend it's the green wire like this, and pair it up with the right wire that I added on, and then she can put a bean connector on like that, crimp it closed, and it's good, solid, lifetime connection. Bean connectors like these come in basically 2 versions. The white ones are standard, and it's just the plastic cover and the metal sleeve inside, but there are also ones that the plastic sleeve is blue, and the blue ones have a dab of some type of silicone goo inside the metal sleeve. The blue ones are meant for damp or wet locations. If you were splicing telephone wires in a junction box on the outside of a building, you might want to use the blue ones because the silicone goo helps prevent the wires from getting wet and maybe rusting or corroding or something like that. I do not recommend the blue ones if you're doing work inside. If you're doing a junction inside your house behind your intercom system or your doorbell or something like that, don't get the blue ones. The silicone goo gets all over the ends of the wires, it doesn't make it better. They cost more. Don't fall into the trap that, oh, well, it's got an extra thing, so it must be better. No, the right ones for the right applications. If you're going to do low voltage work, get some bean connectors, and you'll be all set. That's all for today. See you on the next video.